Be a master of yourself. Again, this is not about controlling everything, keeping yourself under your thumb in that fierce, disciplined way. It's carefully observing your experience. What's going on in your mind? What's triggering the feelings? Trace your feelings back. I'm sad. Okay, now why am I sad? And don't judge it. It's bad to be sad. Oh, I'm supposed to be so spiritual. Vedanta says I shouldn't be sad. Oh my God, I'm not Ramana. Oh my God. Okay, don't get into that whole thing. That's just more problems. Then you got worse problems. Now you just got spiritual samsara. Okay, so it's just look at it. Okay, I'm sad or I'm angry or whatever. Now, great. This is Vedanta, or this is at least the yogas that will allow you to assimilate the Vedanta. Okay, this is a great opportunity for spiritual practice. I'm upset. Why am I upset? What's on the line here? If I lose this thing or I don't get this thing, is this a problem? Yes, it's a big problem. That's what your mind is going to say. I need this thing. And then really, okay, well now just trace it back. Just take some time. Okay, what will it ultimately provide? Play it through. And then you'll see almost invariably that the mind just calms down. You realize, oh, I don't necessarily need that. And I'll be fine as I am. You apply your Vedanta teachings. And then you've done a little bit more pumice-stoning on the old ego. Okay? Or on the binding nature of the vasanas. So that's what's being a master of yourself. Okay? It's not being the perfect person and always maintaining strict, perfect discipline, never missing a day of meditation, okay? Which is not, of course, then a license to never meditate. I've missed 4 or 5 days in a row, who cares? I mean, it's up to you what your spiritual practices are, but it's not a license to be lax, but it's also not, you don't want to tighten the bowstring too tight. I think even the Buddha said that, right? Because he was like a strict disciplinarian. I was that way at the beginning. And it's just, oh my God, But he said, finally, you can't, if you tighten the string too tight, ding, it's just, the slightest thing's going to either make it break or just going to, and then you can't, leave it too lax or it won't resonate. Can't make any sound, any music. So you just got to have that balance. It always comes back to moderation, which only makes sense, does it not? I mean, if you really think about it, if you go to any extreme, I stuff myself at the buffet because it's so good, it's just feeding the ego's desires, right? But, oh, hey, I ate nothing. I just stayed home and meditated. I'm so spiritual. I'm so spiritual. It's all doership. Okay, so either extreme doesn't, and these extreme examples that we emulate and look up to, like, okay, I mean, again, Ramana, here we are in Thiru, let's take that as a primary example. He wasn't giving up anything. He wasn't suffering. I mean, we look at it like, oh my God, there were ants eating through his legs and stuff like that, but he wasn't suffering. Not that he didn't feel the pain, where, of course, we can't verify that or not, but he was fine with that. That's what he was choosing to do. Now we look at that, oh my gosh, if you're going to make spiritual progress, you better chuck away all your worldly goods and go sit in a cave or, do what Ramana did or do what, whoever it is that we emulate. And it's reasonable that we would do that. We would think that. But for those people, it was spontaneous. It wasn't giving up anything. So if there's a sense like, I'm giving this up, then there's still doership. Now again, we always have to go, it's moderation, because at the beginning, you're probably going to have to moderate your activities a bit. If I'm overindulging, okay, let's pull it back a bit. Or if I'm too ascetic, maybe let myself be a little bit more relaxed, okay? But having done that, then, just avoid the extremes. And I guess even that you'd say is a doership, but if you practice that, then you're not suffering. I mean, this isn't self-flagellation. A lot of times we tend to feel that. I mean, there was a point in my own, progress where I felt like, God, if I wasn't feeling pain or if I wasn't in discomfort, I wasn't really, I didn't do my spiritual practice today or something like that. It's weird, But you don't have to fall into that trap. I guess, it's up to you. If you want to do that, keep trying. But that's really not what the scriptures are saying. Okay. I just emphasize that because that was a really hard one for me to get through. Okay, well, that's all fine and dandy. You said that, but I got to meditate for 6 hours, or whatever. Not eat, So that's about being a master of yourself, okay? It's just about moderation, using common sense again.